Going. We're good. Okay. We are live now, guys, so welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our DTC Ambassador Hour of education and training behind wine. This is one of our opportunities here that we love. It's a favorite for me, so I really enjoy it. I always have Miss Jacqueline Belvier. She helps co-host this with me this hour. We have both of us have a lot of a wine background in our wine education, I guess, in our background, purely through family education. Which I kind of feel like that's like one of the best things, you guys. When you start young and kind of get to sip in and taste in as you grow up, it's really an amazing experience, and it helps develop your palate from a younger age on up. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about the company. So but before that, I'm gonna introduce Jackie. We'll bring on our amazing chef and cook over there that's helping us, and then we'll come back and we're going to do a little bit of a little more education and background, where he's going to go over the new compensation plan that also covers some of our other offers through DTC Ambassador, and I'll give a little bit of education there. So go ahead. I want to introduce Miss Jacqueline. She is an amazing lady. She's joined us. Oh, you've been here how long, Jackie? Like 10 years? Has it been 10 years?
It's about 5.5.
Oh, okay. It just sounds like longer because I adore her. She's this cute little Italian lady that I just love. And, you know, us Italians, we stick together a lot. We have similar, we're both raised by very strong Italian families. So we have that background, as well as we're both mothers, and we both have worked in the finance industry for years, literal years. So it was an honor and a privilege to get to meet her and to meet a classy lady who understands how hard you have to work to bring success to you. It's a focus, it's a driven path, and she's very focused and driven, and I adore that. Also, speaking of our chef, our special guest here, Laura, she's also a very driven, passionate woman, and I very much appreciate that. Their talents are stronger in that department than me. And so anything I can learn and groom and take from them, I really appreciate their education and their assistance in that area. So let me just turn it over to Jackie, and she'll introduce Laura a little better than me. So take it away, Miss Jackie.
Well, thank you, Tanya. It's always a pleasure to co-host with you. Today is July 1st, Saturday. We absolutely love this hour because we get to teach you a lot about wine culture and wine education. And as Tanya said, we absolutely love this and we're passionate about it. And it comes out as, you know, my hands start waving and everything, but I do absolutely love it. But today, I have the special pleasure of introducing one of my very dear friends from Canada. And she is actually stepping in today for another lady that had something that she had to do. So we rescheduled her. So Laura, I really, really, really appreciate you doing this on the edge of a dime. But what Laura's going to bring to you today, guys, she wrote a phenomenal piece on focusing on our white wines and how to pair them. And we're going to share her page in a little bit, but she's actually going to take 4 of our wines. And I believe, and I don't have my glasses on, so you got to give me a minute because I am a hot mess. She is focusing on one of our sparkling wines. She's focusing on our Freedom Chardonnay, which that label is for the 4th of July. So I'm glad you picked that one, Laura. And she's going to do the More Than Muse Sauvignon Blanc, and to follow that up with the Discoveries Moscato. This is going to be a great education. She does a phenomenal job. So without further ado, take it away, sister. And by the way, you look phenomenal, honey.
Thanks. I'm so excited to be here today because I just love wine. It's very simple for me. And today I'm going to talk about 4 of DTC's white wines that are staples. And you're going to be able to get these, whether the name changes or not, but these are grapes that we produce all the time, right? And so to do that, what I did is I spent an hour this morning, and I didn't do this on my page, but if you guys want me to, I can add everything I put into my charcuterie board. I really wanted to show you guys a professional charcuterie board. It took me about an hour to do it. Probably less, maybe half an hour, but I'll just let you guys take a quick look at that. Let me get my, can you guys see that?
Wow. Holy Jesus, I'm going to be at your house.
That's amazing. I know.
Mine don't look like that, Lauren. You're going to have to teach me, sister.
So, oh my God, I love you so much, Jackie. Okay. So in my charcuterie board, I just besides the meat and the cheese, there's so many compliments, right? So it's definitely a social activity you can pair with your wine. And I am going to talk about the wines, the notes on the wines, the tasting, how they pair with certain cheeses. Let me just put a disclaimer out there that this is what I'm doing today. It may taste very different for you. So what works for you is what works for you. Okay. And what you like is what you like. So there's no good, bad, wrong right here. Okay. So this is an experience that should enhance your life, right? Now on my board, I've also got some dips. I've got some, so happy Canada Day, by the way, to all the other Canadians and the Americans. It's our Canada Day today. So I tried to get flags and stuff, but I don't know. I couldn't find anything. All those Canadians are out barbecuing. So whatever. So today, I put in some Canadian honey from one of the wineries that's in Northern Ontario. I have a red pepper jelly that's made in Canada, as well as, unfortunately, it's from France. So it's the whole mustard. So those are my 3 accoutrements that are added to anything you put on. Then I also added, and I'll put this list on my page. I didn't do it, so I'll update my page so you know what's on my board. Orange segments, cantaloupe, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, figs. I added almonds, blanched if you can, pistachios, dried apricots. What am I missing? Oh, and gherkins, both the sweet and the sour. Okay, so those were the additions to the meat and the cheese that I'm going to go over. So I'll go over all of that with you. So today we have some guests in from the States, so they're going to be helping with the tasting. So come on, guys, grab a glass. And of course, my husband, he loves wine. It doesn't matter what it is, right? So the first wine that I'm going to talk about is, let me get it out of the fridge. Don't go anywhere.
That was meant.
The first wine I'm going to talk about is the Hudson Sparkling. Okay. And what you'll notice the top's missing. So one of my good friends who's visiting is also a martial artist like me of, pretty much 30, 40 years. She went and she savored the Hudson Sparkling to a perfect top. You can see how perfect that is, right? So we're going to pour from that. Let's pour the Hudson first. Now, I'm not supposed to be drinking, but don't tell anybody, okay?
You're safe with us, Laura. Safe. We got you.
Sweet.
Hi, James.
It would not be you, Laura, if you didn't break the rules at least once.
Right?
But that's why I love you, sister. Living in the gray, baby.
All right, let's get started. So when you're sipping your bubbles, okay, make sure that you can take a sniff. Most bubbles, Prosecco, anything like that is a very light wine because it's either meant to be used for celebrations, obviously, or before the meal. Usually you'll see a lot of Prosecco cocktails or sparkling wine cocktails on menus that precede the meal. You can have it with the meal, it's your meal, right? But one of the things that's really cool, the cheeses that pairs best with this is a lighter, creamier cheese, okay? So today I have 2 cheeses that are creamier. I got a triple cream brie that's made in Canada. Can you move those plates for me? I'm just gonna move this so they can take a look at what I'm doing here. Limited room on my table here, okay? So this is the brie here. Can you see that? Right there, okay? And then over here, is that in camera? Can you guys see my finger?
Yes, we can.
Okay. over here is this is a Canadian company called Upper Canada Cheese. And their cheeses are delicious. They are on the Niagara Escarpment where all the other wine is made. But this cheese company, they have something called comfort cream, which is like a fresh cheese, kind of like a brie, but it's got a creamier taste to it. And then over here, I've got the Taleggio. That's a French cheese as well. So that's also creamy and stinky. So all three of these are good for the sparkling wine. Okay, so we're going to pair that. So you guys dig into any of those. I'm going to do the brie.
Mm-hmm. You go first.
Okay. So you can basically, when you're working with your wine, you can sniff it. Now, I went over this in my last time I did this. I'll do it again. When you nose your wine, that's what, so we're going to get a little snobby here. I hope you guys are okay with that. So when you nose your wine, which means smell your wine in English, right? Each nostril actually will smell something different. Your olfactory senses up your nose are like that, right? So you're going to pick up different things. So if you go into your glass on one side, that to me is very citrusy on that. So that's my right nostril. This side, I smell it's a little bit more earthy. So it smells different to me. For you, it may be the same. When you start tasting wine, what you do is it's called developing your palate. Right? And developing your palate, all it is, it's not some snooby French thing. It just means that you're getting better at your wine tasting and you're noticing the tastes and the smells and the way the wine feels for you when it's in your mouth. Okay. What I recommend if you're tasting a wine is you swirl it in your mouth. You don't just swallow right away because you're only probably getting 30% of your taste buds if you just roll it down the tongue into the throat. Who wants to have their mouth go like, oh my God, what is that, right? So if you want that, you want to roll it around in your mouth, okay? So you're just going to take a sip. I chose the brie. You guys chose different things, right? Yep. So we're going to take a sip. Gosh, that's really good. It's really good. I needed 2 sips there. And then I'm going to try the brie. Very smooth. I'm going to follow up with another sip. When I follow up with another sip, I notice that I catch the butteriness. I dropped something there if you could grab it. I noticed the butteriness in the wine. Did you notice that? Yeah, not just from the cheese. Yeah,
really interesting.
Yeah, any comments on that? How many times have you had Prosecco? Roll that around in your mouth. All right. That's wine number 1 today. Okay. So you guys tried it with the other cheeses with the comfort cream. How was that?
Comfort cream's got a little more body to it that makes the wine brings a different flavor from the wine.
Different
I
flavor
think it brings the citrus out more.
Yeah.
more citrus. Yeah.
I think so.
So yeah, depending on your cheeses, it's going to bring the flavors out differently, right? And so on the page I did just a few pairings, but you can choose whatever you want. And you can do your research on this for all you knowledge types who love to learn about everything, right? Okay. All right. So this is the Hudson Sparkling. I suggest if you haven't gotten it in your monthly shipment that you want to get some of this going on, or you can order, Jackie, I believe you can order an additional case or half case or.
We can step in here real quick. We currently do not have that. Also, that label is going away. We're changing it from the Hudson Sparkling to another one. So you guys will see that soon. But the last time we were there, it wasn't quite ready yet. So we were just waiting. It was supposed to be released in July. Not
Awesome.
quite. Hopefully closer to the holidays. You know, we don't rush wine. You know that, Laura. When it's ready.
Yeah, no, you want it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the key to make sure that you're pressing the grapes when they're ready, right? Not before, not after, and bottling when it's right. So keep an eye out for the sparkling, whatever that new name is. I knew the name was changing. I just didn't know what it was. Okay. Delicious wine. And it's the same vineyard, right, Tanya? Same grapes.
Yeah, it's the same exact vineyard, same grapes, same everything, same winemaker.
Yes.
It's just different label. Just that's it.
Perfect. So it's going to taste delicious.
Under the DTC Ambassador label. That's all. Yeah, it will be amazing. I think so. I enjoy it. I love that wine.
I can't wait.
Awesome. Do you want me to go on to the next wine, or we can do it however you like?
You're doing great. Finish
Okay.
with your tasting.
All right. How's it going, guys? Good.
It's great.
Great. Awesome. All right. So the second bottle I'm going to open today is called More Than Muse. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Yes, you can.
Just watch it real quick.
Okay. So this is one of our Cabernet Sauvignon, sorry, not Cabernet, Sauvignon Blancs. Okay. I really like the Sauvignon Blanc, and I'm not normally, guys, I'm not normally a white wine drinker. Okay. But I've really come to like these wines. I'm really picky about my wine. Okay. As Rory and Tanya know. And this Sauvignon Blanc, this and the Discoveries one are both delicious. They both taste slightly different. This one I found has a little bit more of a yellow color than you would normally find in a Sauvignon Blanc, but it just made the taste of it richer. Okay, so let's pour that. Are you guys ready? Sure.
Yes. Here.
Okay. My husband's behind.
Sorry.
There's a shocker. All right. Okay. So I'll just give you guys another look at the charcuterie board. Okay. So when we're down here on the charcuterie board, so what pairs really well with the Sauvignon Blanc is a feta. Okay, I've got the feta here. You can have the stronger wines with the Sauvignon Blanc. So I also got the Gruyere. Gruyere is Gruyere is used a lot in cooking, but it's also a great cheese on its own. It's got a strong taste. And it's very delicious. Gruyere is kind of on par with Swiss cheese. Okay, that kind of taste, but it's a little bit stronger and it's also a little bit creamier. So we're going to try the feta, and the feta goes. And after I do the Cabernet Sauvignon cheeses, I'm going to go back and do the meats or the charcuterie for each wine as well. Okay, because I want to do both if you're doing a mix. Because on the board we've got all sorts of salamis. We've got bresaola, which is a cured pork loin. Okay, we've got prosciutto. I've got 3 different types of salami, and I think and I have capicola as well. Okay, so we're going to be trying all of that. Okay, so let's try the feta. Okay, so let's get our glass here. So I recommend you cut a bit of the cheese. I'll try the Gruyere. You guys can. Okay. Yeah. Use this one. Sure. Yeah, just use that one.
Laura, all of a sudden
Yeah.
your screen went really dark, baby.
Yeah,
Just-
sorry. I need to. How's that? Better? Yeah, sorry, the light's coming on the back. Maybe pull the blind down.
Okay, whose plate is this?
Okay.
Is this you?
All right, so I'm going to try a little piece of the Gruyere with the Sauvignon Blanc. Okay. Now, when you're looking at your wine, for white wine, I don't swirl my white wine as much because white wine doesn't have as many tannins or how can I explain it? Legs or flavors than a red wine. Red wines tend to be far more complicated than white wines, though white wines do have a flavor on them. So this one is very, very crisp. And it's it's not super citrusy, but I'm trying to nail down what that smells like.
I'm getting the apple.
Yeah,
You get
apple,
apple?
that's it. Smells appley. Okay.
Green apple.
Green apple, that's it. So it tastes like a little bit green apple flavor. So I don't swirl my white wines as much as my reds. And when you're drinking red wine and you go to swirl it to bring the flavor up into the wine, you have a limited amount of swirls. I learned this from a master winemaker up here. So eventually there's no more flavor for the wine to let go because it's called fully opened. So when you open a bottle of wine, what I suggest you do is pour the wine, leave it in the glass, because as you pour the wine, it oxidizes the wine and therefore brings out the better flavors of the wine. Okay, so let your wine sit for 10 minutes. If you can do it, if you can't, I totally understand. I get it, right? Everybody wants to drink their wine instantly. But don't just open the bottle, because all that's aerating, if you just open the bottle, is where the wine is open at the top of the bottle. Okay, so if you have a decanter or you have a couple glasses, you can pour it in, and pour it in as sloshily or messily as you can without spilling it all over, because the more oxygen and bubbles you create with your wine, the better your wine is going to taste. Okay, all right, so this is the Gruyere. You guys are way ahead of me. I know I'm like blabbing.
You're supposed to be.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
Oh, that's
I missed
interesting.
you so much. I missed you.
Okay. You guys hear us?
Yeah.
I just gotta say a couple things. One, that is one of the most amazing charcuterie boards I have ever seen. Right? Two, you're gonna have to do that again. We're gonna have to like, we're gonna come out there. Oh my gosh. And you got.
I'm coming.
Come on over, come on over.
Totally.
You guys are always welcome, everybody.
Also, I wanted to say that I love how you said that if you can wait to sip your wine, but also guys realize that wine is an experience too. So it's, if you have it in the best setting, you will really enjoy the wine the best. And I love that. Laura is amazing at this because she can point out all the different flavors because she has a passion for wine as well, as you guys can all probably see. Which I love.
That is so good with Gruyere.
Thank you. Yeah. Shocker, right? Yeah. Isn't that
You have to
good?
tell them how good that is.
The
with Gruyere.
Gruyere is just, it's so good with the Gruyere. So the stronger, even the feta is good, right? Like the stronger cheeses, the most white wines can't hold the stronger cheeses. The Sauvignon Blanc can. That and the Chardonnay. The Chardonnay is what we're going to talk about next. That's probably the boldest of the whites.
That's so good with the feta.
The feta is good too. Yeah, it's all good,
Wow.
man. It's all good. All right, so that's a little bit about the Sauvignon Blanc. We're just going to continue to snack here. What I want to go back to before you guys get into the other stuff is I want to talk about the charcuterie. So the charcuterie that I would pair with the sparkling wine would be something very light, like the prosciutto. So just take a little piece of prosciutto and you could pair that with the sparkling wine. That would be a great taste. Okay. And that will not overpower the wine. Prosciutto is salty, but not enough to take flavor away from the sparkling wine, because the sparkling wine actually does have a full taste, right? It's not like club soda, right? It's really good. Okay. So what I would pair with the Sauvignon Blanc would be the salami, which is a heavier, saltier meat. It's also fattier. So Sauvignon Blanc pairs better with the fattier meats like a salami, the prosciutto, the capicola. And that's got, capicola's here. So the salami's here. Yeah. So the salami can be any kind of salami. I got Italian salami in honor of our hosts because I love Italians.
Italian. It's Italian, girl.
Sorry, it's my Canadian Italian. All right.
She said it right the first time. She doesn't have that Louisiana accent, darling. She did it just fine.
Now I'm gonna have a problem. Okay.
That's one good.
Yeah. So the salami and actually pretty much any of them except the Bresaola, I would say I wouldn't pair with the Sauvignon Blanc. That meat is pure meat. It's a heavier meat. That's going to go better with the Chardonnay. So that's where I am with the meat and charcuterie in our first two wines. We're just going to finish up drinking here and then get on to the third wine. Did you guys want to talk about stuff?
I'm enjoying the tasting. I think this is really educational. So go ahead and continue if you don't mind. And then when you're done, we'll step in with our other stuff.
Okay. Feels good.
We might have a guest
Yes.
popping in. It's a new, I just got an alert. We might have a guest popping in.
Would it be Peter?
It would be.
Take it away, Laura.
I think Peter's like having some FOMO here because we're having all this fun watching you taste. Yeah, but we got a couple of key things we're just going to cover. But he's building his butt off right now for us.
He is an amazing guy. He's also an integral part of DTC Ambassador. Okay. All right.
So what you got next for us, darling?
That's for the Chardonnay.
Coming up.
Okay. And set hers off to the side so she's not to choke.
Yeah, my whole first level of my fridge is full of wine. I don't think that's a bad thing.
As it should be.
All right. Next, I'm going to talk about the Freedom Chardonnay. Happy 4th of July to you guys on Tuesday. All of my US
Great choice.
counterparts. In honor of that, we're going to do American friends here, right? Okay. So we're going to pour out that.
Okay.
Are you ready? Who's ready? Oh my God, they're not ready. I'm ready.
We're slow.
There's no rush.
Okay,
I had a refill, so.
no rush, but we have to do this all in a half an hour. No rush.
We're still on.
No pressure, no pressure.
Sorry.
We don't have drinking problems. All right, here we go. Okay. So you're going to notice that the color of the Chardonnay is a little more yellow. This is an oaked Chardonnay. Let me explain that. So there's unoaked and oaked Chardonnay. Unoaked Chardonnay means that the wine is stored and aged in steel barrels. Okay. And then it's processed from there and bottled. Oaked Chardonnay means they take the wine and they put it into oak barrels. Okay. Some of those oak barrels might have been used for brandy or whiskey. Whatever they've been used for, they get reused for wine. So the wine is going to pick up some of the taste or color of the oak barrels. Okay, so that's why Chardonnay oaked is such a diverse wine, because from one producer to another, it depends what kind of barrels it's sat in. Okay, for that amount of time. So I know that our Chardonnay that we're trying, the Freedom, we do have an unoaked and an oaked in our wine category. In our wine categories, we have lots of. Excuse me, I have the hiccups now. All right, sorry. I'm losing it. Okay, I haven't had wine in a long time. Just be patient. Okay, so all right. So this is an oak Chardonnay. Okay, so that means that it's going to be more buttery and it's going to be a little bit more yellowy than the other wines. Okay, and it's very peachy smelling. Did you notice that? It's got a heavy peach. And I smell a little bit of brandy on my left nostril.
Really
Do
interesting.
you notice that? On the
Yes.
a little bit of
Yes, a little.
brandy, like yeah. So it must have been stored in brandy or some other kind of casks like that. Okay. This wine is a heavier wine. It's the boldest white that we have. Okay. And it will pair, you don't want to lose the cheese that you're pairing it with. You don't want to lose you don't want the cheese to disappear. So you wouldn't have this. I mean, you could. I mean, it depends on your taste. You could have it with a brie. It would taste good, but it's not going to wow your mouth. So what you want to have this with would be something like a Taleggio, which is a stinky French cheese that, or is it Italian, Jackie? Is Taleggio Italian?
Might be Italian.
I think it's Italian.
But it's amazing.
Okay, I'll find out. Anyway.
It's stinky.
It's stinky.
It's amazing.
That's what you need
But
to know.
it's
Okay?
amazing.
So, and this wine can handle that. What I would recommend you try with this is like an aged Gouda, which is what we're going to try here. So let me go down to the board so you guys can look at that.
Want me to do it?
Yeah. So I just got to,
Italian.
it's Italian. So it's Italian. All right. We're speaking of, can you guys see my board okay? Can you see my
Yes, it's
finger?
beautiful.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the aged Gouda over here, okay? And this is the other cheese that I got from Upper Canada Cheese Company. And for all you Canadians, these are available at Longo's and sometimes at Loblaws, okay? And it's called Niagara Gold. And basically, when I was speaking with Elise, who's here now, she's like, well, what is it like? Is it like an aged cheddar? There's nothing like it. And you'll taste it and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a stronger cheese, but it's very creamy, kind of like the Gouda, but it's got its own unique taste. Okay. So we're going to, you can put that back. They're getting half my head, which is weird. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So we're going to try it with the Niagara Gold and the aged Gouda and the Taleggio. So you guys can try any of those. And then what I recommend is, and then I'll talk about the charcuterie. So let's try that first. Okay. So. oh
Which
my
one do you
God, it
want?
smells so good. I'm going to try the Niagara Gold.
It is good.
We buy this
I
all the
guess we
time.
wouldn't be able to get that in the States anywhere, even at a specialty cheese place, huh, Laura?
It's such a boutique winery. They only make so much, and they can barely supply the stores up here.
That makes
tell them
sense.
We're going to be bringing some home.
Yeah, they're going to be bringing some home. So that means you have to come and visit me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
The next
come
time-
visit and get cheese. Yeah.
Okay, I
All
got
right.
it.
You got it. Okay. And now's a good time because Canada's warm, shockingly warm. Okay. All right. So I'm going to try it with the Niagara Gold. They're trying the aged Gouda and the Taleggio
And I have the
and the Niagara Gold. Okay. So you're having that too. Yeah. Okay. So here we go.
Sweet.
Oh, they give me another glass. Okay.
That way you don't have to chug. You can set it off.
Yeah.
Little just-
God, that's so good,
That is a really interesting cheese.
isn't it? It's not like anything I told you.
No, it's really interesting.
Very good, interesting, right?
And when you sip the Sauvignon Blanc after that, it just enhances the taste of the cheese.
Chardonnay.
It doesn't take it over, which I find you have to be careful with, like I said, with the Sauvignon Blanc, because that can happen, okay? So you'll enjoy your brie with it, but you're not going to get a compliment on the wine so much, okay?
It's
Yeah,
incredible.
sorry, Chardonnay.
It's incredible with the Taleggio.
It's
The
really,
Taleggio first bite is one flavor, with the wine is a different.
it's a different flavor,
Yeah.
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 So creamy, stinky cheeses are really good for that as well, okay? So yeah, so very good. Chardonnay is delicious. I'm not normally a Chardonnay lover, but I'll pretty much drink anything with cheese. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The Chardonnay is very delicious. It's oaked, as I said, and it goes really well with those stronger cheeses. So just make sure that you don't have too much of a creamy or wimpy cheese, okay? You definitely don't want like a mild cheddar. That's going to get lost, okay? Because sometimes in supermarkets, we only have a limited amount of cheese that we can choose from, right? Okay, so the meats. I want to talk about the meats with the Chardonnay. So this meat, so you can partner any of the charcuterie with this, okay? What I recommend is that you do it with the bresaola. Bresaola is a Italian cured meat that is pork loin, thinly sliced, and it's probably the most delicious thing I've had in my life besides one. Okay, so so I'm going to have a piece of the bresaola.
Oh, yeah.
That's so good.
Oh, yeah.
See, to me, that really complements the saltiness in the meat. So that's really delicious. Okay. So absolutely fabulous. And you can try all these with the accoutrements, with the fruits, with the olives, with the honey. I recommend you try like the stronger cheeses with the honey. The honey will sweeten up the stronger cheese, and then have the wine. And that's just absolutely heavenly as well. Okay. So that's wine.
So
number
what's your
2.
last one? Yeah, you have one more, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm speeding up. I'm taking up.
Okay.
Laura
And
and
then-
Jackie, Peter came in. I co-hosted him. You could call upon him as you wish.
I
Yeah,
kept
okay,
looking for him.
Peter.
Thank you, Niall. Thank you.
Thank you, Niall. Peter, can you come on out?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good.
Awesome. I'm so excited you're here. So I love working with Peter because we are of the same mind about wine, and we love cheese, and we love a lot of things, the same things. So today, Peter, just quick recap. I did the sparkling with some brie and probably a prosciutto, nothing stronger than that. Then I did the Sauvignon Blanc with the feta and the Gruyere, because that can handle the meatiness of the cheese. And
Yeah.
most of the charcuteries, with the exception of the bresaola, because that's a heavier meat. Okay.
Yeah,
And
N-
then I
nice.
just did, sorry, go ahead.
I said really nice choices. Yeah, the feta is always a tricky one, and Sauvignon Blanc is great with that because it actually has sort of a grassy vegetal quality that
That's right.
really
Exactly.
up. Yeah,
So good.
And the one thing about feta, you guys, I don't know about your grocery store, but you can either get sheep's milk, goat's milk, or sheep and goat's milk, or cow's milk in your feta, depending what you like. I'm not a big goat person, though a lot of these wines will pair well with Chev, if you like Chev. Okay. So Peter, I'm going to give you a quick look at my charcuterie board. You're going to like this. Okay.
oh, you're making me very, very hungry. And I just had breakfast.
Okay. That's the idea. Okay. Now, you guys are all going to go to the grocery store and pick up all your charcuterie boards for 4th of July. I love that. Okay. All right. So the last wine that we're pairing is the Moscato. I need another glass. Is this one mine?
That's yours. Those are yours.
All right. The Moscato is the sweetest of our wines. Okay. Typically a dessert wine. You do not need to have anything with this. It's great on its own. All of these wines are great on their own. Okay. But what I will do is I will pair it with a cheese. So the cheese, and I'll go onto the board in a second. Do you want to pour for everybody? Okay. Thanks. The cheeses I'm only gonna pair with one cheese on the Moscato. With a sweeter wine, you need to have a stronger cheese to cut the sweetness. Can you guys see me here? This one over here in the corner, this is Roquefort. So it's a type of blue from France. Okay. And the reason I chose Roquefort is there are different levels of blue cheese and intensities of blue cheese. This one is about a medium, but I like Roquefort because it's not a cheese that falls apart and it holds its flavor, but doesn't overpower. Some of the blues can do that. And it was funny when I went in to shop for this yesterday, they have Castillo, which is another blue cheese. And I guess they were advertising it because everything was Castillo. And I'm like, God, no, I want Roquefort, right? Roquefort. So anyways, we're going to pair the Roquefort with the Moscato. That's going to taste delicious. Okay. And then you can have basically any of the charcuteries. They will go well with that sweet wine because the salt and the fat in it will cut the sweetness a little bit and allow you to eat the meats properly. Sound good, Peter?
That's perfect. Yeah.
Peter's my cohort now. It's not just me. Okay. He's on too. All right. So we're going to taste this. Did you guys try the Roquefort?
Not yet. We're waiting for you.
Waiting for me. I'm just going to go very little piece.
Yes.
God, it's so good.
We're talking about cheese, and the dogs here are sticking their noses up thinking about it. So
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Even if you're not a fan of blue cheese,
you
Roquefort
should.
blue is- but if you're not, maybe you're lactose intolerant, I don't know, take the pills. But the fact is, Roquefort is a great cheese for a lot of stronger wines. I would also recommend it for heavy cabs, the red cabs. That's a great cheese for that as well. Okay. And also dessert wines like ice wine or Rieslings. It's also a great pairing. Okay. So I just had it.
Yeah.
Is that not so good?
It's delicious. It's delicious.
That is outstanding, right?
It completely
I'm
changes
patting
the
myself
cheese.
on the back. I did a good job with
It
my cheese
completely
board.
changes the cheese.
Yeah, it completely changes the taste of the cheese. So it's much more palatable. You're not feeling like that strong blue, and it's really good. So that's all I've really got to say. Make sure that you chill your wines in the fridge temperature. For red wines, it has to be between 52 and 59 degrees. Do not drink your red wine warm. That's why we chill it when we deliver it to you. It's at a specified degree. Keep it at that. So put it in your basement, put it in the fridge for maybe a half hour before you drink it. Cool it down between 52 and 59 degrees.
Room temperature is.
I think that's got all I've got today. Any questions, Jackie?
Wow. It is always a pleasure to have you on, Laura. And Peter, what a treat to have you join
Yes,
us.
thank
this
you,
morning.
Peter.
We don't ever get to see you. But no, the beauty of what she did, guys, if you just watch, she had several tasters there and they got several different pairings. And to her point earlier, enjoy it. It's an event. She turned a Saturday morning into an event with friends. That's what wine and wine tasting is all about. As well as, the more you do it, the more education you will understand. You will start to learn what the taste is in your mouth, the explosions, the smells, all those sorts of things. And that's what Rory and Tanya and Peter are trying to promote with this educational club, because of everything that we lost in our culture many, many years ago. They're trying to bring that back. And so there's really no right or wrong, but the experience is unmatched when you really have a true wine tasting. So thank you so very much, Laura. Peter, do you have anything to add before I bring Tanya and Rory back on? They have some information they want to share about the club as well.
Sure, a couple things. One is something you were just talking about, is try everything. When you have 4 bottles of wine opened, try every one of them with every food. Sometimes they're going to be completely unexpected and work in a way you just weren't. And that's how you learn how things interact. There's not always a perfect pairing. It's this one brings out this quality, and the food changes the wine changes the food. So try everything. And it's one of the most fun thing to do. Try a red and a white against a food that you don't think is going to go with red or white. Chardonnay often Rory got me onto Chardonnay with steak. That's a completely unexpected one, but it really works. And you were talking about the Castello. That's a very mild blue cheese. That would be great with the Chardonnay.
Yeah.
All those things. Try the different combinations. The Sauvignon Blanc is one that can be very unexpected how it pairs with things. So, try them all. See, and then you can think about what pairs, what makes that one work. So you'll know next time what's going to work or what's going to work for you.
Right.
That's how you do it. The other thing I wanted to mention is because I've seen a lot of questions and I wanted to remind everyone now that I'm in my summer office and it's hot everywhere, we're sending out all our wines using temp control shipping. That slows it down a little, but it's very important because it gets you a good quality wine. But the way it works is you're not going to see the tracking number tell you much until it's within about a day of your house. Because we send them in temp controlled trucks to a local UPS center, and UPS doesn't even get the box until then. So they'll just show the box as scanned and they won't say anything. And if you see that for a week, don't worry, it's going to get to you. You got to be patient. Temp control only leaves California once a week. So it could take 2 weeks to get you your wine, but it's going to be good. If I shipped it out regular, the corks would be popping out of them. It would be ruined. You wouldn't enjoy it. So especially with the new people, let everyone know how it works so they know what to expect. So we don't get somebody saying, "Oh, you're scamming us. The wine never shipped." This is how it works, so everybody understands.
Well, thank you so much, Peter. Thank you for that because it's very, very true. Rory and Tanya, are y'all ready to join us back, dears? I don't know where they went. There he is.
Sure. Yeah, I got guys. This has been a really good show today. I'm gonna just kind of cover some stuff too, and I'll add one more thing to what Peter just said. Make sure when we're bringing new customers on that they understand this isn't just wines that we can just ship normally because they have added things into them that might help with this. Like we don't put additive things in there, right? So it's a perishable liquid. It's very valuable. Remember, these wines, if we were selling these in the normal retail channels, would be well over $100 a bottle. We are in a fine wines area. Just because we're selling 4 bottles for $100 and giving it an incredible value doesn't mean it's not there. And literally we're shipping it. It's insured. It is the temp control. That's part of our selling points. You guys, we're sending this out with extra care because these wines are super valuable wines. Just because our members get them for $25 a bottle doesn't mean we shouldn't treat them like the wine quality they would. Just remember, we changed and shifted to a direct to consumer model and got rid of all the middlemen and all the distribution points that the industries got used to. It allowed us to deliver a bottle of wine at a very substantially better price. But don't discount what it is, but let them know it's going to take a little bit. And I tell everybody, if you don't have enough wine, stock up. Order a custom case. Make sure you have enough to get through while the rest is coming. Just adapt your lifestyle to it. The only other way we could get it there quicker and protect the integrity of the wines is to do expensive overnight shipping. And it's just more feasible this way, but it's something we do have to educate people on. That's it. But understand, this is one of our selling points. We're bringing amazing value, and we get to enable households all across the U.S. to enjoy these incredible wines at a price that's going to be budget friendly for them, all by solving it through direct to consumer. All right. I'm going to go over the compensation plan and a visual thing really quick. And then Niall, I'll have you, we'll shut off this recording and go to our awesome stuff that we don't record. And let me share my screen really quick. And I think everybody come on. I'm gonna cover this, guys. This is, you guys know we're morphing. We're adding the education thing. We're gonna be marketing this very rapidly. Like we're gonna be putting a lot of effort on it as soon as these landing pages are done. And you guys, we got so much being built. We got so much coming in there. But I want to just go over the compensation plan. Nothing's changed with the wine compensation and the way the binary works. We're just adding more products to it, right? And in our Cash Network Direct platform, those are the kiosk offers that we market. Those all get paid through the DTC Ambassador comp plan. You get personal volume on it, and it's BV for the group. And so everything we're doing is connected to the community, right? but I want to just go over something on here with the teacher compensation. Actually, I'm going to stop this. Time wise, we're going to be going over this again and again and again throughout the next weeks. Okay. Just a reminder, we're not having, because of the 4th of July, happy Canada Day, by the way, today, but because of the 4th of July next week, a lot of families are doing stuff. We are not doing calls or trainings on Monday or Tuesday. Goya will be on a skeleton crew or whatever else working on the 3rd. The 4th will be off, and then we'll back to business as normal on the 5th. And we'll have our brain food training on Wednesday, and then everything goes forward Thursday and so forth. And next Saturday we'll do that social media training. We'll have Stacy help out with you guys on that. We'll have some other things lined out. But we're just, you guys, we have so much that we're going to be doing. But now it comes time, we're going to focus to do things that bring more traffic to our PBSs. We're going to focus on how to make sure we're really focused on our V marketing. And you guys, in 11 minutes, Niall's going to be taking over and doing the V marketing. You guys watch what he does, learn from this, but more importantly, get inspired to go do it. All right, turn on and make it part of your habits. If you can focus on bringing 2 to 3 new students using our marketing into your team to be part of your team and grow with you every month, preferably every week, it's going to allow you to have the action steps with the resources to accomplish your goals that you have a deadline on, right? And we're going to be focusing on that more and more and more, because that's what we're driving to, right? How do we get this going? How do we get people to get their personal businesses into where they're accomplishing their monetization needs and their goals, right? That's what we're going to be focused on constantly. This is how we get people to go. The more people we help, the more we all get help back. It comes back, right? So we want to bring people in to help them learn this new pattern of life, learn this new way to accomplish things, and create the time and financial freedom we have available. Now, teacher compensation. I was going over the complexities of it. We had this scoped out for years. And Peter and I were talking, and Peter came up like, why don't we just do it like this? And it simplified everything. All right, same goal, same process, but but as we're getting this compensation plan formalized visually, and that way so we can explain it when the teachers come on, I wanted to just verbalize it here for you guys today. I'll take a few minutes for it. So the teachers are going to get paid monthly based on the students they have in their class, right? If they have multiple classes, obviously, but for each class per student, it's $10 a month. So if they have 100 students in their class, that's $1,000 a month. And that's paid out 12 months. So while class is in session through our calendar of the school year, August through June or whatever it goes, we're paying out every month based on the classes that are registered and paid for by the students. And that way it creates that pay. And sorry about that. Okay, so what we're going to do is create this method that allows them to build stable incomes and allows them to market with us and everything else. And then there's a new thing that's added, and it's for content creation. So resources for those classes can be done by the teacher or by other members of our community to make this process better and better year by year by year. And there is a revenue share, there's a pool for that. So when they do that, they're going to be getting paid the more it's used based on our formula. And it's going to be, something that we can really build. You guys, we're going to be building something amazing. It starts out and we just build on top of it, on top of it, and top of it. And, as we all go out there and bring the families on, get all the students going on there, we're getting paid on the marketing side for doing that. And we're also, the teachers we're creating income for teachers, and they're creating the value. It's a freaking awesome thing going on. But I wanted to put that out there for those that are understand the teacher side. We're going to do it transactional, but they're paying for their education. We formalize this so the teachers can get paid every month. And we literally increase what was going to be so that they're getting paid for the whole year, so that while they're not teaching classes, they can be preparing and also helping us grow. And it creates that monetization to where the more students they have, the more the teacher makes. The more students we have, the more we make as members. And I wanted just to really, really stress that, guys, because it's awesome. And you'll see it in the presentations over and over again. So let you guys take that in, understand what that means, and then we'll go from there. All right, Niall, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this recording. You guys will take a couple minutes, and then as soon as you're ready.
Yep, everybody get up and stretch. We've been sitting for 2 hours. I, for one, absolutely have to stretch.
Can you stop the live stream? I can't.